Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here, and I'm back for another crafty video. So, in my last video, we made these masterboards. I say masterboards because I didn't know them as masterboards until quite recently. I think it was Brian that introduced me to the word masterboard, because that's what all of the crafters. I don't know why they're crafters. They're definitely crafters, but they're just the bigger names. They all call them masterboards. But I didn't previously know them as that. So what I thought is we'd do something with them now. Now that they're kind of dry. First of all, I will cut them up, and then we will kind of get cracking on this. Ooh. I'll just break a few things. I think I've just dropped the guillotine on Brian's foot, so I'm going to use my paper trimmer just to cut things down where they're kind of just hanging over the edge, and then we'll do something with it. Not quite sure what at the moment, but what we're going to do is we're going to cut it into things, undetermined things. So I think I'd quite like a couple of tags out of it. So I'll definitely make a couple of tags. Let's use this and use some tags. I don't know. Do I want a page band? All right. Okay. Let's turn it over so that I'm not choosing what I do. Just cut that edge off. So these scissors are very gluey. I can tell by the fact that they took me a while to get them apart, so I'll select some other scissors for the rest of it. So, flip it over, Dave. We did say that. So, I would say I'd quite like a giant tag, but I don't want it to be too big for the thing. Oh, no, that's all right. That'll be all right. Yeah, that size. So I'm going to go for maybe a giant tag, or maybe I should go for a giant tag that's out of the middle. Right, we'll do some standard size tags first. So I'm going to do I'll go for a 2.5 wide. Yeah, 2.5 wide. 2.5 wide. 2.5 wide. Is that 2.5 wide? No, 3. We'll go for 3. We'll go 3 wide. 3 wide. 2 wide. 2.5 wide. 2 wide. 3 wide. 3 wide. We're going to go for 3 wide by... What's a good ratio for a tag, Brian?
Let me look at 3 inches wide, yeah?
3 by... Well, this is currently a 10.5, so 3 by 5 and a quarter.
5 and... Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. If you're doing it by 3, I'd do it by 5. 3 by 5.
Well, I'm doing 3 and by 5 and a quarter because like that then means I just cut that same piece of thing in half. So, yeah. And then I think I might have... I think I'm going to go for a bookmark size. So I think I'll go 2 wide for a bookmark. Is that going to be a bookmark, or is that more of a page band? Okay, let's go page band on this side. That's 2 wide. I'm not going to flip them over until the end so that we can have a look in a minute. And then I'm going to cut this side off as well, because then it should give us something in the middle for a tag, a giant tag. So I might go 1.5 wide for a bookmark. No, that's not wide enough. 2 wide. Is that too wide? Is that's the same as that though, isn't it? That was 2 as well. Yeah. So do I want 2 or 2.5 wide? That would make... No, we'll go for 2. We'll have one as a bookmark and one as a page band. Okay. And then let's cut the top off for something. Let's have a postcard size. So let's just see, how wide is that? That's 6.5 4 by 6.5 postcard. It's got a kind of a long postcard. A long postcard. That'll do, like that. And then we're going to cut this down to being, let's have, don't know. Right, okay, let's think about the tag. So if we go 3 by, what's that, 7.5. Let's go for a big tag. So we're going to say 4 wide. Yeah, 4 wide. And then whatever's left can be, or whatever. Okay, so, and let's do, oh no, let's decoupage that one first before I cut that one up. So, this is what I've cut these into. So that's these. And then we're going to flip them over and see what we've got. So, these are, one of these is going to be a page band, one of them is going to be a bookmark and maybe something else. So we've got those two. Well, one of them's very linear that way and the other one's that way, and that says ood. Then we've got this, which is the postcard size. We've got this that's going to be a tag. We've got this that's going to be another tag, a smaller tag, and another smaller tag. And then this, which is going to be perhaps another bookmark, I think. Yep, so that's great. Okay, so we've got those. We'll sort those out shortly. Or not even, maybe not even in today's video, but we'll definitely sort them out. And I'm just going to cut this down first, just so I cut all of the edge off. Just kind of just make it a bit squarer. Welcome to the room, squarer, squarer. Okay. No, no, perhaps not. No, no, probably not. Probably shouldn't have been out loud, should it? I'm just sorry, just getting some. I don't want those, but I want the. This is kind of my little thing of Christmassy things, although they're not Christmas. I don't know why I put them in there. Simply because they were better than being on the floor. So I've got some napkins in here. So I wanted to get these out and do a bit of decoupage. Decoupage in it. Oh, that just that's torn it, literally. So move those over there, put these paper pad back in there, otherwise Brian will be going, what do you want me to do with these? Do you want me to put them back in the thing?
In the what?
It's alright. I'm not talking to you. What were you passing me that for? Oh, okay. No, I'm just saying that, like, I've put the paper pads back in the back of that thing, otherwise you'll be saying, what do you want me to do with these? Do you want me to put them back in here or not? Like, every time I keep finding them, they're always... Yeah, Brian, every time he comes into my craft room, he comes and tidies up for me, so... So I'd quite like to use some of this, because I like this one. Although I don't know whether I've got one of these on the go somewhere. Well, I've got that as well. That's got some nice imagery on it. I mean, like they all have, obviously. Obviously. I like that one because that's different. Maybe some poinsettia. Right, okay. Don't get them all out, Dave. Right. Bit of poinsettia. Now, is that a poinsettia? Yeah, that's one that's already separated. That one's already separated. That needs to be separated. So, just going to separate some of these. Now, this one is quite... certainly the back cloth is already quite loose, so I'll just take that off. And if I can pull this one apart without any sticky tape, which I can, I shall do that too. Pull that off. And let's just fold that up for now so it's out of the way. And we'll do this one too. I thought I had one of these that was already on the go. Oh, we've got a bit of it left, that's it. That's all. We might use that bit up though. this one going to come apart without any hassle? Well, that layer will. I'll just pull that one apart. Yeah, and I think I might need to deploy some tape for the next bit. I'll get some of this. Just a bit of washi tape, doesn't matter what you use, so yeah, there we go. Pull it apart, there we go. Got that off. So I'm going to do some decoupaging on this one to make it a bit more Christmassy now, because it's got a nice plain background. Put those over there and start thinking about how I want this. So I'm going to decoupage it and then cut it up. I'm not gonna worry where things are. I just want to put some decoupaging down onto it first, and then I'll cut it all up. And if I slice through something, then I'll slice through it. Okay, I'm going to have a letterbox, definitely. Maybe have the tree in the background with the letterbox decoupaged over the top. That's what I'll do for that one. Okay, so as I always say, I use I use a water pen rather than a water brush, because I like the control it gives me. So it does the same job. I don't have to be quite so accurate with this as I do have to with a brush. So, sorry, just chop that dog's ear off. Go up to there. Tear it out and round. Tear that out. Yeah, I quite like the street light as well. I'm going to take that out. Might not use it, but I'll see. And then I can create kind of my own image. Not in my own image, obviously. I don't look like a street light, so because I don't look like a street light. No, I certainly don't look like a Westie. Is that a Westie? Oh no, that's a Scotty, and that's a Westie. So, Scotties the Scotties are always black, aren't they? So you can't get a
Westies are always white.
yeah.
Yeah.
And is that the only difference? Are they like fundamentally the same
Honestly,
animal? I mean, I realise they're fundamentally the same animal. They are both dogs, after all. But I mean, like the same breed. That's the word I meant. Breed. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I know about dogs. Just don't know about every single breed of dog. So I don't know why ever not. So we're going to do some decoupaging, and I just kind of want to place it and piece it out first before I make any commitments to anything. Except for just, it's still wet, Dave, so like that way, maybe. Or do I want it the other way? I could have that. I mean, that's a nice composition. Is it too... I like it the other way around. Oh, let's just go for it. Right, okay. Do I want to go for... Yes, let's go for some vintage. And I might have to water it down, because it feels like it's a bit thick. Just use some of my own water. Obviously not my own water. That sounds wrong. I'm not going to wee in this thing. That's wrong on many levels. This is my vintage photo one. It's basically just Mod Podge with a bit of vintage photo in it. So I might put a bit more of this into it. Oh, is this sealed? No, it's not. It's just still got its lid on. Still got its paper lid. Paper roses. That's how it sounded in my head when I was saying that then. It wasn't meant to sound like that out loud, but it still sounded like that out loud. So, okay, I'm just going to mix that up a bit. Might put some more water in there. Do I need any? No, that's all right. That's like single cream. It needs to be like. So, like in it, like. Like.
Right.
Can you pass me that cloth over there, Brian? Over there. Over there. Without falling off your chair. Over there. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, the cloth was over on the floor, so I just needed to. And this brush has been sat in some water, so I don't want it to be too wet. So. Okay, so let's do a bit of decoupage. So, just like I say, I'm not worried about what it looks like because I'm probably going to chop it down anyway. But I wanted to kind of make this one a bit more Christmassy because this is just book paper, and then we can got some images to work with. So when you're decoupaging, just be careful, just be very gentle about rubbing your finger over it. I mean, I'm merrily rubbing my finger over it now because my finger's dry, but when my fingers get all sticky, I wouldn't even put my finger on top of it. So, but that just makes a nice bit of contact. Yeah. I might just see if I can rub that down a bit more with maybe a clean card. A card? Do you have a card, Brian? A card? A card? A card? Thank you. So, just you can tell you've been glittering with this. Is covered in glitter. This. Do you mind? I thought you were going to give me my Slimmer World card then. I can see that. Stood up, hung up, whatever. Right. Well, we've established that these are made of cardboard, the Amazon ones. Gourmet Society. There you go. I'll use my old Slimming World card. I've got a new one now, so there we go. Just smooth that out a bit. Okay, so do I want something different on it? So it's just about making a bit of a composition. If I do that there, how about that there? No, we're going to keep that the way I wanted it, the way I had it in the first place. So just being really gentle with this now because I'm going over the top of some other tissue. No, tissue. A tissue? It's a tissue of lies, I tell you. That's not just me, is it? That's how I remember everybody saying tissue when I was younger. BBC English tissue. A tissue. So, those were the days, my friend. No, I wasn't around in the Pathé days, thanks very much. Oh no, it's not Pathé, is it? I wonder if it is Bugs Bunny. I wonder if maybe I should have. This has got like it looks like a snowy break in it, but if I just tear that there, if I put that as though it's kind of coming up from behind, I don't know, behind something, that tree, that pose box, rather than having the whole thing in there. Yeah, let's do that. I'm not trying to create an image that I want to cut out. I'm just making a background. You probably won't see the whole of this picture in its entirety anyway, so why not? Oh, let's just tear this down a bit. Okay, Dave, you just need to get yourself get a grip, Dave. Get the lid off your pen, Dave. So I'm just gonna take a bit of this white off it, and then that way then it's not obliterating the tree quite so much. I mean, it won't completely obliterate the tree. What it'll do is it'll just dull the tree down, and I want that. I love the colour of that tree, so I'm going to put that on there, and I think I'm going to have it to there. That'll do. Yeah, I'll have it there. Okay. I think my glue might have dried a bit now, so I'll just lift it up a bit. Yep, on there. I couldn't think what that noise was. It's the Alexa. No, she didn't come on. It's her wriggling. She's rubbing against the wall. That's what it is. I beg your pardon.
Like that now.
Yeah, like.
My plug socket's just annoying.
Yeah, she's doing. Brian was like imitating Baloo Bear, the way that he rubs up against a tree. So, yeah, that's pretty much like the image that I had in my head. Might put there's those presents. Just not so worried about the dogs. No offence, but there's a fence there. There is a fence. There's not no offence. Right.
Christmas stamps from downstairs.
Christmas stamps? Christmas stamps? What? Real? I see. Oh, the clingy one. The cling ones. Oh, yeah. I've got loads of cling stamps downstairs.
There's lots of Christmas ones.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm just telling the people.
Oh.
You know. I know. The people don't know how much rubbish there is downstairs. Yeah, I might put that there and then maybe layer those in front of it. What they're called, presents. Sorry, I can't speak. It's like late in the day. It's 9:30 in the evening, and the previous video that you'll have, hopefully seen, might not have seen. It was an hour and 50 minutes. That was my brain having a lot of mania. And it's exhausting, you know. So, it's now feeling very tired. Cool. Yeah, I like that. Yep. That could almost be a tag in its own right. There's lots of robins on that tag, but never mind. Okay, so let's turn it 90 degrees. And do something different. Okay, so what I thought was we could put some of this on the corner here. Okay, so I thought it was a corner, but it isn't. It kind of I thought it was the image was this way up and then this way, but it isn't. It's Dave, shut up. What I'll do is where's my brain? Where's my brain? It was here somewhere. I'm sure I left it here. So what I'll do is I'll take this bit out here to about that tree. Get that little fawn's bottom in it. So take the deer as well. Out. I just want to be ultra gentle. This is a very thin top layer. Okay, and I want to take this straight edge off. You know what I say about the straight edges, that they need to go, because otherwise your eye is drawn to it, and then it all goes wrong, and it ends in disaster, and nobody lives happily ever after. So, slightly extreme, but how my brain's thinking anyway. So, I think I might put that. Right. Where shall I have it? Oh right, okay. I'm gonna put it there. It's kind of fits nicely. It lends itself to being there, so I'm putting it there. Whether you like it or not. Not that you have much choice in the matter, because you can't. Shouting at the screen, I can't hear you. Just like to point that out to you.
Plus it's a video, so it will have already happened.
Yes, unless you're a Time Lord, you can't really do much about what I'm doing. So, although we were watching something about explained on Netflix. I love programs like that where there's kind of explains random things that you've never thought you needed to worry about, but now you do. It's the kind of programs that give you sleepless nights because now you're awake, lying awake thinking about it. You weren't before. But no, it's the they were explaining time, and they were explaining time as being a fourth dimension, and the fact that they said about like if you were thinking about dimensions being like different, it's a we live in a 3D world, so you look at things being like over there, and you put your keys somewhere, and then they were saying about time being the fourth dimension, and then they were saying about, I think they gave an example, I can't remember what, but let's say for instance your keys are maybe some when, and like that, my mind just went but because that kind of makes sense to me, if you think about time, if you think about
But if you could master that.
perspective in a 3D world means you see things differently depending on how you look at them. Perspective in a 4D world means that time is different depending on how you look at it.
But that would make you a time traveller.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I am. Well, some people here are already time travellers. There are people that watch that are in New Zealand and they're already in the future. So, like I've said to them, I want the lottery numbers. So, but apparently it doesn't work like that. Damn it.
Janet.
Brad? Janet. So I'm just putting some random images now on here. All like those. What about the lottery? You said, "Oh, lottery." Oh, Brian's done the lottery. Oh, have you? If you win something, will you? No, I said if you win something, will you buy me some craft stuff?
What, more?
Please, sir, can I have some more? More? No, I don't have enough. Enough?
I'll buy you whatever craft stuff you like.
Can I have a house to go in it? Put it in.
A house to put it in.
Yeah, a house to put it. I need a proper. At this rate, I will need a separate house to put it in.
Jackpot on the lottery, you can have a new house, a new car.
I can have a new car to go and fetch it in.
You just have to, if you're having a new car, you just have to take me to all the craft shops.
That's
Well, you
fine.
have to anyway, if I-
Yeah, I would have to because you don't drive. So that's how it works, basically. So the symbiotic relationship of friends. I drive, therefore I can. You don't, therefore you can't. We both like shopping, so therefore we shall. And thereby endeth the tale.
What was the town?
I don't know. I just lost my train of thought half the way through. I saw. Yeah. Oh, talking of life depending, it wasn't really life. It was what real life? Life? No life. No, sorry. It was more to do with live. We will be doing a Christmas Day Queen's Teach but we'll be doing it on YouTube this year. So we'll be doing live Christmas Day, which will be 3 p.m. UK Standard Time, Greenwich Mean Time, UTC. That's Universal Time something. Greenwich Mean Time. But anyway,
we're on that line.
yeah, we're on the meridian. That's the word. We're on the waiting for Brian to like prompt me. The good ship lollipop. No, that's not where we are.
I used to live a lot closer to that line.
What to the good ship lollipop?
No, to the
All right.
I used to live in walking distance of the actual metal line in the ground.
Oh right, yes. I thought you were going to say you were Shirley Temple. So.
In a previous life, maybe.
It was Shirley Temple that sang. Was it good Shirley Temple? Was it? Yeah. On the good ship, lollipop.
Just what you said.
On the good ship. That's how she sounded. Yes, Brian used to live in London, so he was closer to the meridian.
Walk to the Meridian line. No, that's not just London. I lived in Greenwich.
Well, I used to be able to hang out my washing on the Siegfried line, but like, hang out your washing on the Siegfried line. I don't even know what the Siegfried line is. What is the Siegfried line? I'm not asking her because she won't know. She'll tell me something about AC/DC. Although I need to know now. Alexa, what is the Siegfried line?
According to Wikipedia, the Siegfried Line, known in German as the West Wall, was a German defensive line built during the 1930s opposite the French Maginot Line. It stretched more than 630 kilometres, from Cleve on the border with the Netherlands, along the western border of the
all right,
Ottoman
okay,
Empire,
thank
to
you.
the town of Wallam line on the border to Switzerland.
What?
Completed
Alexa.
in 2000.
Shh.
What was it? She was too quiet.
It was a German border during World War II. Siegfried Line, known as the West Wall, was a German defensive line built during the 1930s opposite the French Maginot Line. It stretched more than 630 kilometres, and she's gone off, so I can't tell. So she cleared the screen before I finished reading. So
Just like that. Not reading fast enough.
yeah, I don't read fast enough. I know I don't. Dyslexia. That's what it is. So that's my excuse.
I told you you've got dyslexia. She should, in theory,
I know. Well, she should be, actually. Yes, she should pander to my need because it's the 21st century and one should make allowances for people's differences these days. But she wouldn't. Alexa, did you know I'm dyslexic?
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
No, that's your answer to everything, lovely. Every time you don't know something. I'm sorry, I'm not sure about that. She gets more and more like Hal every day. What are you doing, Dave? Stop doing that, Dave. I can't open the pod bay balls. The wild balls. The pod bay doors balls. Oh, shut up, Dave. Shut up, Dave. Alexa, open the pod bay doors.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm not Hal and we're not in space.
There you go. I'm not
How
Hal
do
and we're
you
not
know?
in space.
You've got no body. How does she know?
Well,
She
how do you know she hasn't got a body?
might have
Anybody can have a body.
She might have somewhere, but not here. Not in this.
Be careful what you say to her. Remember, she could be Terminator one day. So
One day. I think she already is.
yes, I think she probably. Well, she's in cahoots, high kicking cahoots with her. Oh, that's Christmassy, isn't it?
And it's Christmas. I'll put it with your Christmas tree.
We'll have to give them a flash of that. That sounds wrong. I might have to give that a go. That's something I could make, isn't it? One day when we're like struggling for like when you're all sick to death of me making more Christmassy things well, hopefully you won't be sick to death of me making Christmas stuff, but like you might be getting a bit bored of watching the same stuff, the same regurgitation. I could make something different. I have thought about making some flowers, like those miniature flowers I showed you on one of my other videos. I think it was last Sunday. I think I could do some of that. Sorry, did you say should?
I think you should do something.
Right, yeah.
I think people would like your flowers.
I think people would like, and if they don't like my flowers, then we won't be speaking again. No.
I see.
No. I think no, I'd quite like to do some of those flowers, but also I was thinking I could make some poinsettia. Don't know why I have to say poinsettia. And I'm going to get this bird to sit here. Sit here. Poinsettia. Okay. That one's like a bit. That's more of a naive robin. That one doesn't know so much.
I want to get to go to school.
No, this one I quite like this one. Might use this one. I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to dry it off and cut it up. So, poinsettia. I don't know, what was I saying? Oh yeah, about making poinsettia, just like making some flowers. Oh yes. Oh, I'll show you what Brian has just found and has just gone. Oh, it's one of those 12 by 12 project book type things. I'll show you in a minute, and you'll know what I mean. You're probably just sat there going 12 by 12 project books things. I don't know what's things. This things thing comes in randomly. It just means basically a thing to me is anything where I can't remember the word. So. It's the universal standard for bat. Right, I'm going to get rid of that bit now. I think I just want the bird. I mean, I don't mind a bit of the bird is the word. Bird is the word. I want the bird and less of the holly. The holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, of all the trees that are in the woods, the holly bears the crown. Crown? Don't know why it has to be crown. It's the way that you know where that comes from, don't you? That comes from school. That's the way one of my school teachers used to sing it. We used to take the mickey out of that. So, dear. Those were the days, my friend. I hope they'd never end. Let's put Brian singing now. What have I started? It wasn't me singing. Don't blame me. No. Oh, I've started rewriting the lyrics to "Don't Rain on My Parade" for the crafting the musical, which is all thanks to which is all thanks to the goth crafter who had started me off on that. So thanks for that. Oh, I like that robin. That robin turns out nice. It turned out nice again. I just want something there, and then I was going to leave it at that, at that, but I can't. Can't leave it. You can't leave it now, Dave. You can't leave it. I don't. No. I don't. Right. Okay. I'm not going to use the nutcrackers. Don't know why it makes me laugh, but it does. But I'm going to
Pure child.
yes, the childishness of my brain, pure as a driven slush, that my brain is. I'm going to take this apart, and I want to use that slogan, whatever it is, sentiment, not slogan, Dave. Terry slogan. Yeah, they don't get any. They can't get any worse. That's it. It's the pinnacle of my worstness. People in the world are like thinking, I don't even know. I don't get it. Don't get the reference. No, you won't do. It's all right. Terry Wogan was a beloved UK celebrity. And he's the BBC are now in Terry Wogan House, aren't they? For one of their broadcasting. Yeah. Wogan House it's called, isn't it? Yeah. So, yes, Wogan House is one of the broadcasting centres for the BBC. He was like a very big and very nice, very big, well-known fellow lad, who did a lot for the BBC, worked for the BBC all of his life. Well, most of his life, if not all of it.
On Radio Caroline.
Oh yeah, he started on Radio Caroline. And anyway, so, just so you know, he was a very nice man. He was a very, very, very nice man. And that's where the reference comes from. So, anyway, shut up, Dave, because like, there are people in other parts of the world who have no idea what I'm talking about. He was an all-round entertainer, just like me. Yeah. Yes, he had a chat show for a long time. He was the face of Children in Need. He was also the voice of Eurovision. He had a breakfast show on BBC Radio 2. Anyway, he was just a very big fella. Not big as in size, but just personality and a lovely man. So, by all accounts. So, did a lot for charity, etc. So, anyway, we're not here to talk about Terry Wogan. So, it's not turned into the Terry Wogan hour. So, yeah, Terry Wogan tribute show. Oh, he did Blankety Blank. He used to have that microphone on a really long, thin metal pole, so that nobody knew the point of.
Pre-Larry Grayson or post-Larry Grayson?
Pre-Larry Grayson, I want to say.
Could be wrong.
Yeah, we could be. Could very well be. But never mind. We sometimes are. We can't be perfect, Brian. Well, I was going to say speak for yourself, but like, I'd said it, so I couldn't say speak for yourself. Right, just going to tear out these bits. No point keeping this because I've got no pattern on it. Keep those bits. Schnorr bits. That's nothing to do with Terry Wogan at all. Bernie Winters, yes. Sounds like a disease. So, Bernie Winters. Anyway, so I am now going to dry this off and then cut it up. So I shall dry it off in the way that I tell you to and not the way that I normally do it myself. And don't look at the dirty tea towel. The dirty tea towel is only because it's in here constantly mopping up spills. So instead of holding it up off the surface, I am drying it onto a tea towel, and that way then the tea towel will pick up the moisture rather than it going onto the glass mat, and then it'll condense on the glass mat, and then it'll end up being re-wetting the card again. So yeah. So we've talked about everything tonight. Terry Wogan. Well, that's basically everything, isn't it? Terry Wogan. Terry Wogan was the world. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this now, because like I'd be reluctant to cover some of this up. But you know, it's there as an element. That's what you're going to do with anything, isn't it? If you got a nice piece of card and you had nice images on it, you'd cover it up with something. And that's all I've done, is I've created my own design. 'Tis good. 'Tis good. I was trying to think of other Christmassy songs that, you know, that I like. Because, you know, you all know that I like "It's the most wonderful time of the year." Yeah, don't you? And you know I like "Silver bells, silver bells, it's Christmas time in the city." I like that one. And I'm trying to think what other ones I really like. What's the one that Thingy does? Kylie Minogue does. Oh yeah, I like the 100 Degrees, but it's hardly a Christmas carol, is it? Well, a traditional Christmas song. I mean.
Is that what we're talking about? Traditional?
Well, yeah, more traditional ones. They're not carols, I realise, but like, what's that other one?
The whole album.
No, she does the one that starts off with a big fanfare.
I thought that was
No, I'm sure it's not. Oh, that might be the most wonderful time of year. I don't know. Anyway, put some Christmas songs in the comments, and I'll sing them for you in the next one. And then, let's hope they're not your favourites, because they won't be after I've sung them. Uh-oh. Yes, I can ruin your Christmas songs as well as my own. Partridge in a pear tree. Oh no, that's not a partridge in a pear tree. That's a robin in some holly. So, and a robin in some holly. 5 gold rings, 4 collieburs, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. There you go. Another one that you're scarred for life with. Another one you can't listen to without thinking of my voice. Sorry. Oh, I like that word. Gazetteer. That's not a guy called Gary crying. Gazette. Whoa! Yes, I'm here for the jokes. Is that dry? Oh, it's hot. I don't know about dry. I like Sugar Plum Fairy, but like I can't sing that because that's just music, isn't it? So I could dance to it. No, seriously, I couldn't. Oh dear. It would be a bit like I was saying to Brian earlier that I was a member of staff, fairly new member of staff staff that I get on really well with at work, and we were talking about the fact that I hadn't learned to swim yet. We talked previously about how I'd not learnt to swim, and then they said to me, I'd said to them about something on their desk. I said, "Oh, that's a nice picture," and they said, "Oh yeah, it's some hippos swimming. It's just a lovely picture, isn't it?" Oh yeah. And talking of which, have you learned to swim yet? I'm rude. I said, What are you trying to say? And she just had no clue about what I meant. And then it was suddenly that penny had dropped, and she was like, "No, it didn't mean anything to do with the hippo." I was like, "Yeah, backtracking now. Of course, you'd say that." So, what do you? I said hippo. I didn't say anything to do with Worcester, did I?
But it's the cat.
Oh, you're not a hippo, are you? You're beautiful, beautiful boy. You might be slightly more chunky than you could be, but who isn't in this room, Uncle Brian? Oh, there it is. Right, let's cut these up. So again, I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to cut this up. So I think.
I'm at my perfect biscuit weight, I'll have you know.
But what's a perfect biscuit weight? What, the way to the Fox's factory?
Not yet, because that's not my perfect biscuit weight, that'd be too heavy.
Right, let's cut these up. So I'm going to make a giant tag on the end. Like, oh, just got a horrible burp then. Too much information, Dave. What did we say was the perfect ratio for a tag?
3.5.
Yeah. Oh, no, for a giant tag.
Oh, for a giant tag. A giant tag, I think, should be 4x7.
4x7. Okay, well, we'll go for 4x7 then. Brian will do as I'm told, and we're going
That's how big
to cut that there.
almost an entire page. And two
Okay.
huge pockets.
And by 4, did you say? 7. You said by 7. That's a 4x7. That doesn't seem very giant, but we'll go with that. So what's that going to be? That's just going to be a little pocket, a little something. It's going to be a little something.
Christmas journal?
Yeah.
Where is your Christmas journal?
So Brian is just going to make some decisions for me, which I'm not very good at. I'm terrible at making decisions. Please don't take me anywhere and give me a menu and say, what would you like to eat? You're going to have to say to me, right, you can have a choice between this, this, or this, and then I'm more likely to give you be able to make you a decision, because decision making is not my forte.
5 by 8.5.
5 by 8.5.
But maximum for that journal.
5 by 8.5. Well, let's go for a that's 5. Go for 8.5. So if I say 8.5, that's going to give me a very slim bit off. Oh no, never mind. We'll do it. Should we do it that way? Yeah. Do we? Yeah. So we'll do that. So that's going to be a giant tag, and then we're going to have. Let's do some couple of journal cards. So let's do a 4 by something, whatever this is. What is this? 4 by just over, sorry, 5.5. So we'll do 4 by. Let's go just under that. There you go. Do that one, and then we'll do maybe 2 smaller tags. Tags and things to go in pockets really are the things that I'm looking for. Let's do those 2. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what we've cut those into, because without looking, I've probably chopped all of those things up completely. So what have we got? Okay. Oh, well, that's good. That was framed nicely, that one on its own. Oh, and that didn't turn out too bad. Oh, I've just, I've cut the top half of the robin off. And then that's the bottom half of him. It'll turn it into a tag or something. It will look like a strange tag. It's like a high kicking bird. That'll make a nice tag, or oh yeah, we're going to have that as it's like a card, like a journaling card. That'll make a nice tag. That's quite nicely framed, and that would too. Cool. Okay, brilliant. So that's what we're going to have. So that probably has decided what's going to happen on Sunday then. So Sunday's live will be me making tags, I guess. So, because this is currently Saturday evening, isn't it? So this will be out of sequence. So no, actually, what I'll do is I'll record a video. We won't make these. I'll record a video that comes after this sequentially. So the next video that you see is going to be the Sunday. So I'm going to be doing some time traveling here, because the next video that you see will be in my past. So, and then these will be filmed. The next thing will be filmed sequentially, so that you don't get confused, because otherwise it'll be, this is all cut up and this is in a video that's yet to come. like
So basically, your live, you need to do something different.
Yes, for my live I will do something different. What? Real live? No, live. YouTube live, not Facebook live. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed me decoupaging and cutting tags up, and that's basically it for today. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you spending some time with me. You know what I always say. My name is Dash of Dave, and I love you all without exception, until you give me a reason not to. So don't, you there, don't give me a reason not to. And I will see you all in the next video. You take care, folks. Love you all. Lots of kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And lots of hugs. Take care. Have a lovely afternoon, evening, morning, or whatever time it is with you. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.